It has been way too long for a video here, and trust me, I have a bunch of stuff to go over here with you guys, so definitely stay tuned to find out more. Hey everyone, welcome into haul video number 138. So as I mentioned before, I apologize for the large delay here. It has been a very eventful month or so since my last haul. I won't go into all the details here, but it's been really up and down. But the important thing is that it's been more up than down, which is the most important part. So, yeah, I won't go into too much detail on that. But again, like I said, I'm just really happy to be here again to do a haul video with you guys. I have stuff for each section here today, so we'll go through that. But yeah, without further ado here, let's go ahead and get into the comics. Alright guys, welcome into the comic book section here for haul video number 138. As I mentioned, I have a crap ton of comics here to go over, but before I do that, I do want to talk about some stuff that I've been reading, which is a lot from the last time I was on one of these haul videos. So at the time of the last video, I was just finishing up my Nightfall read-through, and I was working on my Guardians of the Galaxy read-through. So from there, I was able to read Donny Cates' run, which was really good. And then I also read another run of Guardians of the Galaxy of one of the books here that I'll show in my haul video. So that might give it away as to what that is. So that I did that. I then transitioned into reading all of Reckless by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Really enjoyed that series. That was really fun to read. Really quick read too as well. I'm not sure order-wise this may not be right, but I also then read some Avengers epics that I recently purchased. The Crossing Line and Acts of Vengeance. Both of them were very mediocre. I'll just leave it at that. Definitely not my favorite era of Avengers at all, really. Doesn't really fit into anything, really, in my opinion, when it comes to, like, good Avenger stuff. But I had to buy them to find out. So there's that. Let's see what else. I read a bunch of other things. I read Family Tree by Jeff Lemire, so I read all three of those trades. That I read through that probably in like a day or so. It was a really quick read there for me there. Trying to think what else I picked up or read. I read an Obi-Wan series. The Obi-Wan series that came out last year, right around the time of the show coming out. Just a 6-issue miniseries. It was all right. It was a quick flight read there. I was able to read that on the flight of one of my trips that I took. And then currently I am going through all of the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. I might have skipped something that I read along the way somewhere there, but yeah, right now I've read through Lee and Kirby and the Steranko S.H.I.E.L.D. collections, and now I'm currently on volume 3 of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I believe was either the second or the third volume of the series that the title was named after. So why am I reading this stuff? Well, obviously Secret Invasion's coming up here towards the end of June. I'm filming this at the end of May, so I'm just trying to read all of the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff I can read, and then probably once I finish all that S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, I'm probably going to read Secret Invasion here by itself, because I don't really feel like I want to read all the events and all the books in order. I just would rather just read the event and just be done with it. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's been a uh, very busy, couple weeks here. I think it's been a little bit over a month since I filmed the last haul video, but yeah, a lot of good reading. I'm also reading Habibi by Craig Thompson, so I'm kind of dipping between that and the Nick Fury stuff right now. So yeah, really, really good stuff, making a big dent in my collection for sure. So, um, but yeah, we'll go through, 4-minute intro aside from what I've been reading. We'll go through the haul video here for what I picked up. And actually, there are some books I'm just looking at here that I've also read on this pile that I'll explain to. So the first book is the thumbnail for this video, and that is Cruel Summer by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. So I actually read this between the time that I purchased it, and I'm showing it to you here now. So this is actually done. I read this recently too. I did read the single issues when they were coming out on the Crackle Comics podcast with Vince and Mike, but I never had the collection. So I picked it up at a Second Charles for like $15, and this completes my set of criminal comics. So this does have, this is kind of like a prequel of the criminal storylines. This kind of has like it has all the kids, I guess, from, it has, some of the main characters in this book are kids. So obviously they go on to be, main characters in the criminal storylines. So this kind of precedes all that. This is set in like the late 80s. So there's that for you. But really, really good book. If you're a criminal fan, I would definitely suggest getting this, because this is kind of that last little bit that they did back in, I think 2019 was when they finished this up. So there's that. Grab some smaller trades here that I was looking for. The first one here is Luke Cage. I probably should explain where I got some of this stuff. So I got that at Second and Charles near me. I bought this at Second and Charles in Wisconsin when I was traveling for work. So this is the second volume of a Luke Cage series here, written by Walker. And I think this might be all of it. I don't think there's a third volume, but regardless, I'm not really going to go on my way to find it. So just pick that up because I knew I needed this for my collection there. This book I actually also did read, I forgot to mention as well. This is Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of Infinity. This is written by Danny Abnett with art by Carlo Barberi. So Dan Abnett, his name on this obviously drew me to picking up this book. And it's interesting because I actually saw this at like 2 Second and Charles, and I didn't bother to pick it up. And I was like, you know what, let me grab it. I mean, I've read pretty much every other Guardians book that there is, so why not read this one? Basically, the storyline with this one is that there's like 3 different teams. There's Guardians from the year 1000, and there's Guardians, our Guardians, and then there's the Guardians 3000, the original Guardians team from the 90s. So they all kind of team up to take down one of these villains. But I didn't show you art from the other ones, but yeah, this one was a really quick read. I finished this probably in less than like 45 minutes, to be honest, or so. I read this on the plane, and it was a really quick read for me. So, yeah, got that for a decent price there. All right, so the next book I got here was one that I got kind of on a whim. I'm not a huge fan of this character, but I was more intrigued by the creator, and that is the Speedball collection, The Masked Marvel. This is written by, I think, mostly Ditko. I don't think all of this is by Ditko. Some of it might be Roger Stern, but yeah, this is just classic Steve Ditko art. I think this was when he returned to Marvel that he was in this. He took over this book and he created this character. So yeah, just a really, really interesting and unique book. I mean, even the spine design looks interesting and unique. So this collects, I haven't said anything about what these other books collect, but I'll do that going forward here. This collects Speedball 1 through 10, as well as material from Marvel Age Annual number 4, Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22, Marvel Comics Presents number 14 and 56, and Marvel Superheroes numbers 1 through 2 and 5 through 16. So really good combination of stuff here, and again, just some really impeccable art here going on by Ditko. I mean, really just ahead of his time. Like, this doesn't feel like anything else that I've read, really. It's just really good art. So yeah, there's that. Really neat to have that in the collection. That's literally the only Speedball book that I have in my collection. I don't really intend on buying much of anything else here. All right, the next book I got here is probably going to be the next book I'm going to read after I finish the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Volume 3 collection that I've been reading, and that is the S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra Reborn collection. So this collects Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. numbers 36 through 47, as well as Fury number 1. And yeah, I honestly did not know this book existed. I do remember when I bought the 3rd volume of Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was like, I'm fine with just this much, and if I find a volume 4, I find a volume 4. But turns out this is essentially volume 4 for that series. I guess they stopped making the classic collections for that, which makes sense because Marvel doesn't really make a lot of those anymore. They're pretty much primarily just shifting to epics now at this point. That's kind of where Marvel is going with all their collected editions now, like paperback, like thicker paperback stuff. So yeah, I saw this, I saw the contents. It matches up perfectly with the end of Volume 3 of Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which collects up to issue 35 of the series, and this picks up right after that. So I was like, all right, well, I'll get this and give this a read, and we'll finish up the series. I'm assuming that the series only ran for 47 issues before it got canned or canceled, and then there was a one-shot that came out, a couple years later. But yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. I think it's going to be enjoyable. It's some nice 90s action here going on. I mean, overall, I've enjoyed the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. I think it's definitely something that I can see not everyone would like. If you're not really into like the spy espionage stuff as much, you're not going to like it as much. Also, the beginning stuff with Lee and Kirby, and even the early stuff with Steranko, can be a little wordy and a little hard to get through. So it's all up to your preference if you prefer that stuff or if you can tolerate it. For me, I was able to get through it and enjoy it. I mean, the Steranko art definitely made it better, in my opinion. So there's that. But yeah, so we got that going for us. All right, next book I got here is I ordered this off of IST because this is a volume that I've been looking for and just trying to complete this set of books, which I don't know if I will be able to, but one can dream. And that is Batman by Tom King, Volume 9, The Tyrant Wing. This collects Batman numbers 58 through 60, as well as Batman Annual number 3 and Batman Secret Files number 1. So currently I have volumes 1 through 7 of Batman by Tom King, and then this is Volume 9. Volume 8 is like kind of hard to find online. It's not going for a bad price online, but it's still kind of like, I can't go on IST and buy these trades, so I'm hoping that I can find them somewhere in the wild in the next couple of years. I mean, I've already kind of committed to the paperback route here, so unless they come out with an omnibus for the series at some point, I don't see myself switching formats. But there's that there. So pretty cool. Nice little Batman paperback to get there. All right. Next book I got here is another Beta Ray Bill miniseries that I wasn't aware of that I wanted to grab. Again, like I said, I like grabbing these little like miniseries just to kind of have as an additional book to bring on a trip. Like as I mentioned before, I like to sometimes just read one book on a plane ride and just finish it and be done. It's kind of a satisfying thing just to be able to read like a small book on a plane ride and just be done reading it the whole you know, after the trip is done. And that is Batman, Beta Ray Bill God Hunter. This collects Beta Ray Bill God Hunter numbers 1 through 3 and Secret Invasion Aftermath Beta Ray Bill. This is written by Kieran Gillen, illustrated by Kano. So yeah, I think this is gonna look really nice. It really does, in my opinion, there. So really cool there. So I do have 2 Beta Ray Bill miniseries. This one definitely does come before the other one I have. The Argent Star, I think, is what it is. So there's that. I just realized none of these books are in alphabetical order, so it's gonna be fun for me putting these away in the collection here after this. All right, next thick book here, book that I bought here. I also read between the time I purchased it, had it shipped to me, and shown it to you here, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. So this was the last chunk of Guardians stuff that I was looking to read. Oh, I also forgot to mention I did read Old Man Quill as well, so I got that completed as I mentioned I would. But yeah, read this series. Really, really good. This is, I mean, this probably is one of the best Guardians runs I've read in a while. Very reminiscent of the DNA era of Guardians. You know, kind of that first initial revival of the team after the 90s where they kind of got canceled and were kind of scattered throughout the Marvel Universe. So yeah, I did read a couple of these issues when they were coming out. I think I read up to like maybe issue 3 or 4. But, you know, sitting down reading through this whole thing was really nice. This is a very thick paperback, too. It also collects the 18 issues of the Guardians series from 2020, as well as the annual from that series. And then it also has the Rocket Raccoon miniseries by Al Ewing, otherwise known as the Rocket Raccoon, the Blue River Score trade paperback. So I actually bought that a couple years ago and read it. So I just skipped through that part. I didn't want to reread it, but I'll be selling that probably to somebody. So if you're interested in the Rocket Raccoon miniseries and you don't care about this, I'll sell it to you. So yeah, there's that. I gotta get rid of that at some point. But yeah, really, really nice, series there. To be honest, you know, the Guardians have some pretty good writers on them. I mean, you know, Donny Cates was pretty good. That's pretty good. I can't remember who's doing the Guardians team right now, but yeah, it's been pretty consistent so far these last couple years. Okay, next book I got here was something that kind of spawned out of, no pun intended there, spawned out of my read-through of Jerry Duggan's All New, All Different Guardians of the Galaxy run. There's a lot of mentions of Infinity Wars in that series, and it kind of intrigued me. I was kind of like, I wonder what this is about. So I actually was looking for the trade online, and it was like $23. So I'm like, I really don't want to pay $23 for something that I don't even know if this is good. So sure enough, I waited, and I was able to get it for a little bit cheaper price here. And this is the event book right here. This collects Infinity Wars 1 through 6, Prime number 1, Fallen Guardian number 1, and Infinity number 1, plus material from Thanos Legacy. So this is very similar to kind of what Infinity War was like, or Infinity Gauntlet. It's kind of basically just like Thanos up to no good and stuff, but I'm kind of interested to read it and find out. Looks pretty interesting. Looks like a very quick read. There's not really a lot of dialogue going on. It's mostly just people punching things. So, and obviously Jerry Duggan wrote this too. So I guess this was just one of those things where they're like, okay, well, if you're writing this event, you're going to write Guardians. So that way you can just tie everything in yourself and there's no, you know, issues with continuity and stuff like that. So, yeah, this will probably be a quick read at some point. All right, last trade paperback here before I get into some other stuff, and that is Volume 3 of Texas Blood. And I'll have to check. I don't know how long the series is going through. This collects issues. Let's see here. Why is it not? Usually it says it on the... It's taking me way too long. Wow, it literally doesn't say it at all. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wow, it literally has it like right above the barcode there. I've never seen that before. So this collects issues 14 through 19 of that Texas Blood. So I'm pretty sure there's more volumes of this. So yeah, it was really cool to pick this up on IST there. So I'll have to check to see if the other ones are solicited or if they're coming out, but regardless, I'll make sure to get them. All right, and then the last book here, the little granddaddy of them all, that I'm gonna really try hard to find a spot for on this shelf that I have here, is none other than The Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus by Nick Spencer, with Ryan Ottley and Huberto Ramos. This collects Spider-Man 2018 numbers 1 through 43, as well as number 16, 8.hu, 18.hu, 19.hu, and 20.hu. Main Spider-Man Full Circle and material from Free Comic Book Day 2018. So I'm gonna put this down because it's pretty heavy, but you can see here the spine, pretty nice, but still wrapped in shrink wrap too. So I picked that up because, you know, obviously I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Oh, as I hit the camera twice. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, but also I kind of jumped on Amazing Spider-Man by Spencer like maybe 15 or 20 issues into the series. So I kind of missed a little bit, and obviously I always have this struggle with reading things monthly because I always feel like I forget parts of the plot. So I'm really interested to read this in omnibus format and experience it that way. And to be honest, you know, it's Spider-Man. I'm okay spending the money on it. This was actually on sale on IST. I got it for $50 compared to the $125 cover price, I believe. Yeah, it was on like a really good sale, and I got it for like like 50 bucks. So I was like, you know what, let's grab that, get that going. So yeah, that is the comics I have. So I'm really scared to see if I'll be able to fit all these books on these shelves. This is kind of this last chunk. I mean, to be honest, I have, I think, one order coming on the way, and then another one I just placed, but those two are like the first orders I placed in like a month. So like this has pretty much been my backlog that I've been sitting at and staring at for a while, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta make a haul video at some point for this, so let's do it tonight. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna go put all this shit away at some point, and we'll go into our next section here with the trading cards. Alright guys, so thank you so much for tuning into the trading card section here for haul video number 138. So didn't get a lot. I did pick up one Scarlet and Violet booster pack, so we'll go ahead and open this up here. And then I do have some other stuff I'll show here that I bought as well. So I still have yet to pick up Scarlet and Violet for Pokemon. I may get it at some point this year, or maybe I'll ask for it for my birthday or Christmas. I'm just not in a huge rush. I definitely wasn't in a huge rush to get it, especially after hearing all the performance issues it was having. So there's the code there for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we got a holographic Mabostiff. I don't know. Ooh, got a reverse hollow Armarouge. These are all new Pokemon that I'm not really sure about. We have a Reverum. Got your basic energy there. New design on that card, that looks interesting. We have Quaxley. When I eventually get the game, that's probably gonna be my starter. We have Poniard. We have Crushing Hammer. We got Starly. We got Vitality Band. We have Toxtricity. And we have Crocolore, which I guess is the second stage of Fuecoco. So yeah, nothing too crazy there, but interesting to see how the new cards look. They went with this like silver gray outline for these cards, which I think is different, interesting there. Definitely makes them stand out a little bit more, I guess, from the other cards. So there's that. Okay. And then what else I picked up here is I was looking at Target. I think I was traveling for work one of these days. And I looked up and I saw some new battle decks, some new theme decks for Pokemon. And these are the ones I found. And I was like, oh, these are pretty cool. But I was like, oh, I wonder what the cost is. They're probably like $17. And turns out these ones are only 10 bucks. Which begs the question, why were the other ones so expensive? I mean, it's literally the exact same stuff. You get the exact same things, right? You get the box, you get the deck that's ready to go, you get the damage coins, you get the big metallic coin. You basically get the same stuff. So why was it so much more expensive? Like literally 6 months ago for a pack. Like each one was literally like $17, $18. And for some reason, Pokemon finally comes out with a solution. They're like, you know what? We can make them 10 bucks. So let's make them 10 bucks. I don't know. Like someone could maybe talk to me about it in the comments, but like, I don't know. Like, is it really the packaging that made it $8 more? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so I picked up this one first. This was the Ampharos EX deck. So really cool. I like Ampharos as a Pokemon. And then this one, the one that I guess goes with it, or I guess accompanies it, is the Lucario EX deck. So at some point, once I get these all put away and everything, my fiance and I will have to try these out and see how they work. So really cool to see that. But yeah, other than that though, that's my trading card section. So I think at this point, in my collecting life, I think I'm just gonna stick to the battle decks. I mean, like I said, I might grab one of these booster packs here or there, but I'm not gonna go on my way to buy a shit ton. So there's that. But yeah, that's been my card haul. So we'll go into the final section here, which is the Legos. Alright guys, welcome back into the video here. So this is the last section here, and this is the Lego section for haul video number 138. So this won't be a surprise to anybody, but to be honest, I don't have a lot to show. Just a couple of poly bags and a set here, but yeah, I'm just waiting for some form of sale to go on. It's been a really long time actually since we've had a sale for Lego with any of the major retailers. So I'm hoping that as we get closer to the summer release dates here, that we get some more sales here for some of the older sets that are in the collection there. But yeah, regardless, just patiently waiting for some of these deals to pop up. But we'll go ahead and get into it. Some of the things I grabbed here, got some poly bags. We have the Quidditch practice set that comes with Cho Chang and a like micro scale Quidditch match. So that's really cool. I think that's really cool. It comes with the Stitch as well, or the Snitch, sorry. So really, really unique poly bag in my opinion, and a nice figure to get there with Cho Chang. Also grabbed another Speed Champions poly bag. This time we had the McLaren Solus GT. Again, both these were $5, so really cool to get this one. It's interesting with Speed Champions, like that's pretty much all I'm buying now at this point. I'm not buying the cars anymore. I still remember when I got back into Lego, I was like buying like all the cars, and I'm like, I want to build all these cars and everything, and I'm like, I don't really even care about this stuff. Like, why do I have this? So, um, yeah, that was that. So, fun times there. And then the set that I really wanted to get here, which will look really nice with the rest of my Star Wars sets, is the Lego TIE Bomber. So this set originally retailed for $65. I ended up getting it for around $55 or so. You know, really interesting minifigure selection here. Not the best, but the build is really good. You know, 2023 is really the year of the TIE Fighter for Lego, I feel like. And we're getting this. We also got the TIE Interceptor or Dagger or whatever it's called that's in that $100 Mandalorian set, which is really nice. So really, there's a lot of good TIE fighters on the market right now, if you're interested in that type of set. But yeah, this was long overdue. The last bomber we got was back in like the early 2000s, which still had the black and like royal blue color scheme. That's just how bad, that's how long ago it was. So this is a much better improvement and a very sleek design. So I can't wait to get this one to build here shortly. Also, I know some people mentioned online, but I think it's funny how they put that 40 years of Return of the Jedi on the top, and I'm pretty sure this scene is from episode 5. So yeah, good job Lego, keeping track of all your movies. But anyways, guys, that's my Lego collection, or my Lego haul here. Not a lot, so there's that. But anyways, thanks for watching this section. Alright guys, so thank you so much again for watching haul video number 138. So a lot of comics that I have to go put away here now, but you know, I am definitely reading faster than I am buying, so that's always a good sign. So far this year, I think I've read at least 2 or 3% of my collection, which is more than what I've been buying. Which I guess makes sense, you know, to be honest. Like as I get older, like, you know, the gaps in my collection start to shrink, so there's that. But yeah, that's all I have there. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week here, and until next time, I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace.